Ryan, Sarah. We're in Central, no, I don't want to call it Central Park. It's Parque de Cumbaya. Very photogenic place apparently. Cumbaya is a town kind of in the valley below Quito. It's kind of a rich area. A lot of expats live here, and we live, I think we live halfway between Quito and Cumbaya. Normally I like to do my videos in Quito, but right now some of you probably have heard about Quito and Ecuador being under a state of an emergency. It's a little chaotic in Quito now.
Lanzar una bomba en las instalaciones de la Universidad Politécnica Salesiana.
Los militares se defienden de la policía. Vean lo que está pasando aquí en Guayaquil.
So if you don't know, basically what happened is the current president took a loan from the International Monetary Fund. So he's trying to save as much money as possible so he can pay off this loan. So he removed the subsidies for petrol, for gas and diesel, and people went crazy because gas prices shot up like 110%, so more than double. And you know, the taxi drivers, the bus drivers, the truckers, they're set to make a lot less money because they gotta pay for fuel, and it's twice the cost now. They're blocking roads in Quito. All the roads out of it are blocked off. You can't even like get outside of the province really. The president, he took off. They were trying to like break into the palace, so he took off to Guayaquil. I believe he's back now, and today he's supposed to have a meeting with the Aboriginal people who came from the Amazon. They marched from like the Amazon. It took like 3 days. So it's kind of nuts in Ecuador right now. We can't travel. We're supposed to go travel tomorrow. We can't do that. And Sarah's been out of work. Her school has been closed down for over a week. So we are feeling it, but it's not like, you know, it's pretty peaceful here right now. Oh, jeez, you scared me. What are you doing?
What are you doing?
I'm just gonna do a quick little video about our day.
Vlog?
Oh God, I'm gonna vlog. So, where to start? So today we went down to Tumbaco, kind of the next town past Cumbaya. Quito, you hear that helicopter coming? There it is. See that smoke up there? That's probably the highway. Quito's kind of around the corner, up on the hill, that way. And then we got Cumbaya here, and then Tumbaco over there. It's all kind of in this valley here. So we went over to Tumbaco because there hasn't been any problems there this whole time since the protests and stuff started, other than maybe the first day for a little bit. And we're like, oh, let's go there. We get there, we go into a store, like we're a half hour there, not even. And then all of a sudden, the store people are like, okay, you got to get out. We're closing down. And they're shutting their shutters down and stuff. We're like, what is going on? So we walk out, and then every place is shutting down, like the garage doors. So we're like, something's going down. We can't speak enough Spanish to really stop people and ask them. And people are like kind of rushing off in the streets and stuff. So we're like, we better get the hell out of here. So let's just head home. So we went to the main street, tried to get a bus back, no buses, and all of a sudden you start seeing black smoke come up just down the street over this little hill. So we walk up the hill, and of course there's protesters there setting tires on fire, blocking the roads. So we can't go back by bus on that main road. You know, we're in a little bit of a panic, like, oh geez, let's get out of here. We got to get home, because once they start shutting down streets, like, what are you going to do? There's only so many streets to get around because of the mountains. So we started walking, and we went a block over and tried to take the kind of back way in to Cumbaya from Tumbaco. And we're kind of like trying to get taxis, but the taxis don't want to stop. We ran into somebody we knew, oddly enough, as they were just leaving their apartment. They didn't even know what was going on. And we're like, hey, what's going on? What are you doing? And he's like, I live right here. And we're like, well, you can't go down there because all the shops just shut down. So he invited us in, and we hung out with them for a bit, him and his wife and daughter. And we just tried to call an Uber, tried to call like a Cabify. It's another app. Couldn't get a car. I tried like for a couple hours. So we weren't really sure, like, should we go back out? Like, and then all of a sudden the president called a curfew at 3 p.m. and it was like 2:45. It was like curfew in 15 minutes kind of thing. So we were like, well, if we don't go now, like, we might get stuck. And we definitely don't want to get stuck. I mean, we could stay overnight there or whatever, but so we decided to take a chance, and we flagged down a taxi, and he was like, you going to Quito? We're like kind of on our way to Quito, like we were outside of Quito, and but we're up on the hill from Cumbaya, and I knew Cumbaya was going to be a problem because I was watching on Twitter and stuff, and so he's like, okay, come on. And we get in his taxi and he drives us to Cumbaya, where all the roads are blocked into Quito. Like, there's only 4 or 5 options.
Blocked up.
Ecuador is blocked as well.
And they're all blocked, and there's fires, and so we end up having to walk from Cumbaya down in the valley. And you can kind of see it if you stand up here. There's a road down there. You might be able to see some smoke. So we were down there on that main road, and we had to walk up the hill, and it's, you know, you're going up a mountain, so you're going back and forth. It only took maybe an hour, but the big step was getting past that roadblock, because there's just hoodlums wearing masks and there's fires and stuff. So we like kind of approach it, like we're following this other couple who just seemed like they're trying to get home too, and some guy kind of approached us, like approached the couple in front of us, and we kind of like, oh, let's avoid this guy. He was saying, I think he said to them like, where are you going or something, and we're just like getting to this point where we're going to cross it, and then somebody flew a drone overhead, and just like a camera on a drone, and they're like filming. And everybody's like, here's the drone. And they look up and they start yelling at it, and they're distracted by this drone. So we just kind of like cut through past the barrier. And made it past it. And once we're past it, it was an empty highway. We're just walking on an empty highway. Every once in a while you see a car, but the cars were literally going from the point where the road's blocked by Quito down to the point where it's blocked in Tumbaca or in Cumbaya. So it's just like cars doing runs, and we probably could have gotten a ride, but we didn't really want a chance like taking a ride with somebody we don't know, because there were like people with scarves, like hoodlum kind of people driving that road too. Oh, I should mention, on the way back up, all the little communities, there's like a lot of gated kind of communities like what we live in here. Like these are all houses and apartments and stuff. We're in like an apartment, and we have a gate over here. All the people are out. You see the people like walking, and there's a bunch of people at the gate, and they boarded up the gate. They're out there with broom handles and like whatever weapons they can find. And all along that road, as we walked up, all the people were out at their like gated communities at their gate, like just waiting, just in case somebody tried to come and break in. Because apparently it happened. They were trying to get into the one just down the street from us. So we've organized a WhatsApp group, and just kind of like they're organizing shifts and stuff, like, okay, your group 1 will be out at the gate at this time, group 2 at this time, and we're just gonna kind of watch that gate all night just in case anybody tries to come through. Honestly, don't think that would happen. I mean, if they all decided, okay, we're gonna go after this place, you know, it would be trouble, because there's probably not enough of us compared to them. But I just don't think it's worth their time, even though they just seem to be doing it for just to cause chaos. I don't know. People are saying like, oh, the indigenous people are coming and they're going to be protesting and it's going to get crazy with them. And but all the people I saw were just young punks, basically. Like most of them just look like teenagers who had some teenage angst, and they just wanted to cause chaos. I don't know for sure though. And I've seen a lot of videos out with the police, like basically kind of police brutality. How far do you push it? I don't know. I can't really say comment on all that. But we made it home. This is a long day though. I think we went out at 10 in the morning, and it's about 5 o'clock now. So we've been just kind of stressed out all day. But things are getting crazier in Ecuador. That is Cotopaxi, one of the largest volcanoes, active volcanoes in the world. And I always would come out here and look at it and kind of be worried about it. Like, if that erupted, you know, there'd be some pretty poisonous gases in the atmosphere, and we'd have to probably bail. But right now, that's the least of my worries.
Prefer when I'm by myself. I don't wanna hang around y'all. Pray for good health. One day I'm really gon' ball. Fuck around and buy the whole mall. Breaking that cake. Flexing 700 in the back.